Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. It is Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. I don't know what you did, but I had almost the whole crew over. I had all but one child and his wife over. So Amanda, her boyfriend, we had Spencer over, who's home from college. So he's kind of here. He has no choice. He has to come to Thanksgiving. And then it was just our little tiny family.
That's a lot of fun. And I think that's what a lot of families were doing this time around, having just that little family nucleus at home. You know, we did kind of the same thing. My mom got to join us, though, my mom and sister. And then my daughter, Taylor, and her husband, Augie, they got to join us for Thanksgiving. It was a lot of fun.
Let's check in with the boys, Ian and TJ.
Well, I ended up going over to Charleston with my wife and her family, and we went on a little shark tooth expedition in Charleston. So just went around the beach looking for shark teeth, and it was fun.
You almost tried to get a pet deer.
Oh yeah, that was a thing too.
You're gonna have to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, my car has seen better days and might not see any other days, but we're alive and we're fine, so everything's good.
Yeah,
they were in
okay.
a car accident.
Deer came right out in front of them, but good thing they're okay. Just need another car. I had that happen to a Saab that I had. I always called it my Saab story.
That's pretty good. We also had a baby shower. Taylor had a baby shower on her husband's side of the family on Saturday, and I got to make the baby shower cake for it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did nothing, evidently.
I'm glad you had a great Thanksgiving.
He reacts to Thanksgiving like he does Liz's Ugly Bakery. Go ahead.
I didn't do too much. Like, we went to my parents' house, and I got to hang out with my son, Teddy, and we just chilled, honestly. Had some good banana pudding cheesecake that my sister decided to make.
Now, that does sound really, really good. Merry Christmas. It's His Radio, and I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
His Morning Crew.
Evidently, if you're hanging on to some of your older clothes, it looks like they're going to turn a profit here soon, because secondhand clothing is just like making this boom. It's incredible.
Yeah, there are some different stores that are like consignment shops or resale shops that have been around for a little while. And of course, you have the thrift stores like, Goodwill and that kind of thing. But now there's apps where you can go shopping for secondhand clothing. Have you ever used an app or done any of that kind of shopping?
We've always gone and tried them on. I've got to try clothes on before we buy them. And I think that my kids pretty much do the same. Although, my daughter orders clothes online all the time. You know what? My wife does too. So I take all of that back.
So just you have to try them on. Nobody else in the family does. Well, I know I was talking to your wife, Amy, about she picked up some pajamas or something, like they were LL Bean for $4. That blows my mind, because I am not very good at finding deals like that in some of the secondhand clothing. Consignment shops, I do a little better, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go shopping with Amy, I think.
Yeah. And then my teens used to sell their clothes to, like, what was it? Chloe's shop or something like that. And then
Plato's Closet.
That's it. Plato's Closet. And then they'd find the latest and greatest there too. So that's like always hip when it comes to the clothing, and cheap, which is cool.
Right. There's even an app called Poshmark where you can get like the Uber designer. So like, I don't even know, Hermes, things like Louis Vuitton, things that we don't buy around here so much. But you can get them at a super deal.
Yeah, bougie.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
I started thinking about this whole secondhand clothing stuff. You know how secondhand stuff is making a big boom, which makes Christmas shopping really easy. Right?
Yeah. You can get some really cool deals, and especially they're doing it through apps now, so you don't even have to go into the store. And it's Cyber Monday. Maybe you even find better deals. Who knows?
Now it makes me think about regifting.
Yeah.
Like secondhand, right? Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Even it might be new, but it's older. So I would call it secondhand and regifting and things like that at 800-447-7234. What are you thinking about regifting? You're on His Radio.
This is Denise, and I wanted to tell you a funny re-gift story that actually has turned into a tradition. A friend of mine gave me the ugliest Christmas sweater ever. And when are you going to wear them? Never. Jingle bells, tangles hanging off of it. So I saved it, and I gave it to another friend that was coming over as a Christmas gift and a joke, who thought, this is the ugliest sweater ever. I'm going to save this and give it back to you. And I was like, don't give it to me, give it to somebody else. Well, the next year, she gave it to another friend of ours who was actually my secret son and gave that ugly sweater to me.
No, get out. It all comes around right back to you. I love it.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
You will not believe what my son Hayden started watching just in the last week or so. Old TV show.
Oh.
Survivor.
Oh, for real?
He went back to season 28, which is, I think, 12 seasons ago or something like that. Yeah. And he was like, do you remember this kid from Survivor? Yeah, I remember watching that with you. So
You got all retro on you.
he really did. And it made me feel good because we watched that as a family. Now, they haven't wanted to watch it with us, in the past couple of seasons. So I was like, hey, I'll watch it with you if you want me to. I'm good.
Yeah, well, I get it because it's the same plot over and over again.
Yeah, but it's so much fun. I love it.
I feel like whenever I see it, I'm like, I've seen this before. It's just a different cast of characters.
It is, but the characters are what make it. But to me, it's just when I watch it, I feel like they are little again and we're watching it as a family. Even if they're not sitting there watching it with me, that's the best. It takes me back.
So I cut the cord, about 3 years ago. So I no longer have cable or satellite in my house. So I have Pluto TV. And
Okay.
free. Talk about not having to spend money. It's free. You just got your internet. So on there, they have all these specialty channels. And one I discovered, or I should say rediscovered, is they have a whole channel on Dog the Bounty Hunter. I used to watch this with my kids all the time. It's like when I watch it, I feel like my kids are young again and they're sitting with me on the couch and we're watching Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Right. And it's not even necessarily about Dog and what he's going on, has going on, but it's just that memory that is so cool.
Well, plus I like the family dynamics. I didn't have great family growing up. So actually I'm orphaned as a teenager. So I like the family dynamics and it kind of gives me the feel of family. I know, weird, Dog the Bounty Hunter.
No, it's not weird at all. I've been watching the old seasons, like the first seasons of Great British Baking Show. And I think it's just, I love everything that is British and the royal family and baking. And you put those three things together and I am all in.
So what have you rediscovered? Love for you to join the conversation, rewatching, anything like that. The memory attached to it too. 800-447-7234. You can call or text. It's His Morning Crew.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
All of a sudden, it seems like nostalgia with the way that you can watch TV today. People are rediscovering some of those old TV shows or wondering about you on His Radio. Hi, it's Rob and Liz, His Morning Crew, 800-447-7234.
Peter said he has been rewatching the Star Wars movies in chronological order, and he's been doing that with his fiance. He says it's amazing to be able to share that with her. Oh, and by the way, they're getting married on Saturday.
Really? Congratulations, Peter.
Yeah, congrats to Peter and Gabby.
Please send us pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Text us pictures. We want to do that with you. Ivy is along with us. Okay, Ivy, what about you?
Andy Griffith. We watch it every night, and I think of my mom and dad, which have been gone. My dad 34 years and my mom 26, but it just brings back memories. And my husband and I wish we were back in those times.
I bet. It's that small town feel. Everybody knows everybody. We need a little more of that, don't we, Ivy?
I know, and they're so concerned about their neighbor, and people now don't know who their neighbors are.
You know what? The neighborhood that I moved to,
yeah,
it's like that. It's not like Andy Griffith style kind of stuff because, we don't wear those old clothes.
Right.
But the neighborhood we moved to, these people are like that. They care about each other and they grafted us in. So it's perfect.
It's so nice. Yeah.
It can't have, and all it takes is one person to start fostering that. Maybe that's you, Ivy. Who knows?
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
We got a text and it's directed at you, Rob. It's from Alita. And she said, what did you say that you have instead of cable? Thank you in
yeah.
advance.
I was talking about, I cut the cord. It must have been 3 years ago. And we went to a couple of things. One thing I was mentioning, it's free if you have the internet. It's Pluto TV. It's absolutely free. Now, you don't get local channels or anything like that. That's why I have YouTube TV to get all local channels. You do have to pay for that, but it's not like, hundreds of dollars like, you get from satellite or cable. I know there's deals later on down the road. I just they kept jacking up the price on me,
I know.
So Pluto TV is one of the things that I use. It's absolutely free, and they have all these specialty channels, and it's really cool. I mean, if you like CSI, there's a whole channel dedicated just to CSI.
And evidently one for Dog the Bounty Hunter, because you said you've been watching that.
I have been. It reminds me of my kids.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up there, Jeff? What did you have? You got a question. 800-447-7234.
How about having to hurry to get home to not miss the beginning of the show, and then having to wait until a commercial break to go do whatever you had to do, get a drink, use the bathroom, whatever?
Oh, you don't have to do that anymore. Live TV, when you sit at home, the good old days, I guess, you had to wait till a commercial came on. Now with DVR, forget it. And here's the thing. So like Pluto TV I was mentioning, okay? No, I don't work for them. But what I like is that you can pause a show and you can get up and go somewhere else and watch it like on your iPad or on your phone. Even though
I love that. You know what? Joey watches the commercials. He said it's too much work. I'm like, dude.
This has not tasted and seen that the pause it, going through the commercials is good.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
There's a company, the Centis Corporation, they do apparel and uniforms. They have a big contest every year to find the cleanest potty at public potty in all the country. And I don't know who came up with that the first time around, but they have found that the nicest one is in Colorado. Yeah, they've been doing this for almost 20 years. This thing is high tech. They spent $30,000 to build this restroom. Here's my takeaway from it. Now, it's high tech everywhere, but there's a sign on the outside that just says toilet. I'm like, really?
What do you want? The eye toilet? The smart toilet? What do you want?
I don't know. Lavatory? Something a little elevated if you're going to spend $30,000 on it. But it cleans itself like every 30 seconds or something like that.
It cleans itself?
Crazy. Yes.
Oh, I want this. I just want this.
Right. If you could get that kind of technology in your house, because, that would be real nice.
Would be really nice.
I know. But $30,000, I don't know if it's worth it to me. And it's not every 30 seconds. It's every 30 uses, but still it's self-cleaning.
Yeah. You want to be sitting in there.
And then all
it goes off and you get a washing. Although you'd be nice and spick and span clean.
His morning crew.
Okay, it's different in space when you celebrate Christmas because you're disconnected from family altogether. Talk about social distanced. You got to get to the International Space Station to get away from all this stuff called COVID, right?
And that's not an easy thing to do, to get to space to social distance.
So here's the thing. They're looking for pen pals.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're looking for pen pals. So anybody can write a letter. As a matter of fact, there's 7 of them up there. So here's what we did. If you text the word NASA, NASA, you know how to spell it. Just text that word to our number, 800-447-7234. We'll send you a link to see the astronaut's name that you want to write to, and then we'll send you the address that you write to. So you physically send a letter, and then NASA is going to take care of the rest to make sure that they see them. And they say, do something really specific so that they'll answer you, because they will answer you. If you ask for an autographed picture, they'll send it to you. And if you ask for a specific question, they'll return it to you.
I gotta ask, where's the mailbox on the International Space Station?
I know, right? They all go to Houston, and then Houston relays all the information to them.
Okay.
So you see everything, and someone's either going to scan it and email it or whatever the technology that they use. But they do see them, and they do answer them.
I have got to say, they've got a scanner that they use in Houston. So the International Space Station has to have some way to I can't get technology to work at my house.
I know, right?
His morning crew.
I was just reading that it's like 8 in 10 people right now, because of this pandemic, are surviving off of those memories. Like it's a lifeline of the pandemic, especially during the Christmas season when you pull out all those old ornaments and you start seeing them telling the stories behind each one, like your first Christmas when you got married and the first ornament when you were just a baby.
Yeah, people have been doing this kind of since the pandemic started, looking for something to do. Some people started scrapbooking and they got those old pictures that have been, in a box for years and actually going through them. And they say that it helps reduce some of that stress. So yeah, exactly what you were talking about when you're going through the Christmas decorations, which we were doing over the weekend. And we pulled one out that Hayden had made. When I picked it up, I was like, where did this come from? And then I turned it around and it said Hayden 2010. I was like, oh, okay. Now it makes sense. It's beautiful. But yeah.
Was she, she, the Taylor's the she, Hayden's the boy. Sorry, Hayden.
He was 7 when he made it. It was glass and he'd painted like little snowman family. And it was so cute. But, my mom was over for Thanksgiving and she was sharing a memory of her first date ever and how embarrassing it was because they'd all like met up with some other friends and they went out to a restaurant. All the other girls ordered, "Hi, I'll have the side salad." And my mom, of course, ordered the roast beef with mashed potatoes and 4 sides.
Was she the first one who ordered?
No, I think maybe she was paying attention to the guy and wasn't paying attention to what the other girls were doing. But you know what? She was being her.
That's right. They all get side salad. Yeah, I get the roast beef.
Can you throw an extra roll on there?
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
When I first heard this, I thought, okay, this is interesting date night. Bring a hoagie on a Ferris wheel. And then, wow, okay, well, I guess that's romantic.
It would be so romantic. This is a restaurant in Budapest, Hungary that has decided with social distancing, just like a lot of businesses, how are we going to do business in this new world of social distancing? So they brought a Ferris wheel into it. A Ferris wheel. Yes, you have your meal and it's like a 4-course meal aboard the Ferris wheel. Now, obviously, you don't have waiters and waitresses helping you out. So if you drink your drink too fast, you're not getting a refill anytime soon. But yeah, they are doing this and they sold out. I think they had it for a couple of different dates. It sold out immediately at $150 a pop.
Evidently, it's not one of those one-seaters.
No, it's
a car, right?
Right. So you could just take you and the honey, or you could take the family because I think it's big enough for 4 people, 2 on either side. And it's white tablecloth and it's nice cutlery. And I don't know what they're serving up, but I think it's pretty nice.
I know Ferris wheels are really fancy, but all I can remember is going off to the one that you have at school.
Oh, yeah. It's not that tight.
Thing, and then you just put the bar in front of you and boom, there you go. And I'm thinking, okay, you eat a sandwich on that. How romantic. But no, this is really fancier because of the big enclosed cars that they have on Ferris wheels now.
Right. But you know what? What you're talking about would be romantic as well. Cotton candy and a Ferris wheel. Oh, yeah.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I want to get Kevin Hart's attention. Just put up a billboard.
Okay, that's a little pricey, but okay.
Put up a billboard. That's all you got to do is put up a billboard.
How do you know?
Well, because he's filming in Canada. Somebody is an uber fan of Kevin Hart, so he put up a billboard, and it basically is like, "Hey, I'm a big fan. I'd like to get a selfie." And
that's all it took?
That's all it took. It was like, "Yo, Kevin, I'm a big fan. I wanted to get a selfie." Was basically what was on this billboard. And so Kevin Hart saw it. He DM'd the guy and got a selfie together because he's filming a movie or something in Canada right now.
That is amazing. So you're saying the next time like Kirk Cameron or Danny Goki are in town, I can put up a billboard and ask the same thing and it'll happen.
You don't have to, but I guess.
I'm going to have to try it. That's awesome.
I think we've just learned this morning that Liz Riles is a fan of Kirk Cameron and Danny Goki.
You're just finding out?
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
I don't know if you're into the Mandalorian thing. You might know somebody who is because it's such a big thing now. Mandalorian on Friday nights on Disney Plus.
I don't know if you knew I'm into it.
I know she's got the Baby Yodas. She's got how many Baby Yodas do you have?
Just one. I would like the animatronic one, but it's a little pricey, so I probably won't get it.
She'll get it for Christmas. Joey, her husband's a good guy. She'll get it.
Yeah, he is.
She'll get it for Christmas. So, although I don't want to fill her mind with things in case she doesn't get it and she's disappointed.
I'm a big girl. I can go get it myself if I want to spend the cash.
Maybe you'll spend some dime on the new Baby Yoda macarons.
Or maybe I'll try to make some, but they're so cute. When I was watching The Mandalorian and little Baby Yoda ate one of those things, I was like, that's a macaron.
Yeah, well, it's a thing now because you can buy them.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Sonoma.
Oh.
So it's pricey because of that. But the Navarro, did I say it right? Navarro?
Navarro.
Okay. Can you tell I eat macarons?
Well, Navarro is the planet where he was eating them, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. As you can see, I pay attention when I watch Mandalorian. But the Williams-Sonoma people are making those things. So they're like $50 for a pack of 12. That's expensive. I guess since they're shipping them from that planet, there you go.
$50. Now, macarons are a little pricey anyway, but that's super pricey, 50 for 12.
I guess nothing is better for Baby Yoda than the best. So
I guess.